back, coming back. All right, our next guest is an avid outdoorsman. He has hiked all over this great planet that is USA. Please welcome Jake Boland. There he is. Come on, guys. This is Zippy.
Zippy, nice to meet you.
Jake, thank you for coming on our show, buddy.
No problem, no problem.
Now, let's just get the story straight real quick. This isn't your first late-night talk show. You were on Conan O'Brien a few years ago?
In 2001, yep.
How did you, I mean, you weren't really a guest, but you were kind of featured on the show.
I was on the show, but not in the show. I mean, I guess I was in the show, not on the show.
You hiked from Huntington, West Virginia to New York City and went to the Conan O'Brien show, and he not made fun of you, but it was kind of
jested, you know, made some stabs at it. But, you know, it was all fun. Got to meet him before the show and hang out. And I think the joke was he said that me and the buddy that I was with had hiked from West Virginia, from Georgia, all the way to New York. And we started in 1988, and we had these big beards, and then we had came to see Donahue's show. And
you were disappointed because Conan O'Brien was there, right?
Yep, I got to meet Max Weinberg. It was a very cool trip.
Just kind of like right here, you're meeting everybody.
Yeah,
You're loving it, aren't you?
You guys have a Max?
No, we don't have a Max. I'm sorry. We
got
a Zippy.
Hannah and a Zippy.
We got a Hannah and a Zippy. You can't go wrong with a Hannah and a Zippy. So you started in Georgia and ended up in New York. Is that the furthest you ever walked? I mean, how far do you normally walk?
Actually, New York was a side trip. I went from Georgia to Maine. New York, I stopped because it was so hot, so we thought we'd go into the city. Went into the city and got a hostel and stayed a couple days, saw a show, saw Cabaret, went and saw Conan O'Brien, and then got back out of town.
Now, is this something you normally do? Do you say, hey, what do you want to do next week? Let's just walk across the country.
I would do that, but my wife is kind of, you know, wants me to stay at home and, you know, stay focused there. But what it was, I graduated from college, I got my master's degree, and just decided I'd take 5 or 6 months for myself and go hiking.
Now, you mentioned a buddy that went with you. Do you always go with somebody, or do you ever make the trip by yourself and be all scary and spooky?
I met up with the guy, and I just happened to be who I was around at the time, and I said, do you want to go in? I got tickets to see Conan O'Brien, and of course he was like, yeah, definitely.
You actually hiked from Mexico to Canada.
Yep. In 2001.
Yeah, and you say, yeah. It's you rode your bike here today. Yep. No, I walked from Mexico to Canada.
Yep.
That was unbelievable.
In 2001, I went from Georgia to Maine, which is the Appalachian Trail. And in 2004, I went from Mexico to Canada through California, Oregon, and Washington. It was 2,650 miles, and both trips took 5 months each. So.
Goodness gracious.
And pretty much all you're doing is walking all day, so you go into town, eat, drink, have a good time, meet up with the friends that you meet on the trail. And
do they ever think you're like some homeless man just coming into town?
I usually wear a button-up shirt when I go into town because you do look like a homeless person. You got a big beard and you stink. And
well, I'm glad you don't stink right now. I wish I've met you before and you had the beard. I wish you had that with us today.
I just trimmed it up just this past week.
That's too bad. Maybe we should have made the call earlier and have you come on with the beard.
Well, there's always next time.
There's always next time. One of our staff members, Will Sutherland, is planning next summer to actually bike across the USA. Do you have any advice for him, things to look out for?
The biggest thing to look out for is to not let anything stop you. If you've got something that you want to do, just go ahead and get out there and do it. It's not worth putting it off any longer than what you already have if it's something that you really, really want to do. I had like 5 months or 6 months of planning, and that was it, and then I left. The second time was kind of the same deal, so it's just one of those things. If you just put your mind to it and go ahead and do it, don't let anything hold you back.
Now, do you have another trip planned anytime soon?
I am going to Grayson Highlands around, I think, November 2nd, 3rd that weekend. Probably do 30 or 40 miles just with a couple of friends. I'm going out with friends that time. Wild horses in that area, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I'm just out and about.
Yep.
Now, you don't only just walk, you also do whitewater rapids, right?
Yes, I work for Riverman Rafting, and I've been doing that for 6 years. That's what I did in between my hikes to kind of keep me sane and keep me in the outdoors.
Now, what do you like better? You like being on the water? You like being on the land?
Both are fun, but the people that you meet along the way are probably the best part. Really? To be honest, it's not. I mean, being outdoors is great, and I love it. But the people that you meet when you're out there are just unbelievable.
Now, is this a good time of year to go whitewater rafting?
Golly season is just wrapping up this next weekend, and we will be doing Bridge Day this Saturday.
Cool.
So we'll do Bridge Day, another couple of days of golly season, and then that's it for till March or April next year.
And how hard do you hit that? I mean, is that something you really look forward to doing in the spring?
Yeah, I do. I miss it all winter long because all I do is work around the house and then do a couple hikes here and there. and then get back on the water.
Well, cool. Now let's mention something real quick. You're also involved with the Upper Bound program here at Marshall. You want to throw a shout out real quick to them?
Yeah, hi to all the Upper Bounders out there. I work with the program and I help high school kids go to college. And it's a great program. I work here on Marshall and I work with 5 different high schools, Huntington High, Cabell Midland, Wayne High School, Tulsa High School, and Tug Valley.
So you're everywhere.
So we're all over the place, yeah. And I mean, we work with 70 students and they're all good kids, so.
Cool. Jake, thank you for coming on our show. We really
anytime,
appreciate it.
man,
Jake Boland, everybody. Awesome. Don't go anywhere real quick. Hey, right after the break, we're going to have music by Jimmy Mitchell. Don't go anywhere.